Las Vegas, November 2012. The most expensive birthday party ever thrown. The guest list reads like the Oscars crashed into the Grammys. Leonardo DiCaprio, Kim Kardashian, Jamie Foxx on the decks. And at the stroke of midnight, Britney Spears bursts out of a giant birthday cake to sing for the man of the hour. A chubby, baby-faced, softly spoken 31-year-old from Malaysia whom almost nobody in the room can quite explain. His name is Jho Low. The champagne never stops. The party reportedly costs millions, and every single dollar of it is stolen from a poverty-fighting fund belonging to the people of Malaysia. This is the story of the greatest financial heist in modern history, $4.5 billion. Pulled off not with guns or tunnels, but with charm, shell companies, and one very powerful friend. Rewind to Penang, Malaysia. A boy from a wealthy family, but not wealthy enough for the world he wants. At Harrow, the elite British boarding school, he borrows a friend's yacht and a mansion to convince classmates his family is royalty. At Wharton Business School in America, he throws parties he can barely afford for the children of actual royalty. Jho Low learns the one lesson that will define his life. In the world of the ultra-rich, nobody checks. Looking rich is the same as being rich. And at university, he makes the friendship that turns a hustler into a billionaire, the stepson of the man about to become Malaysia's Prime Minister. 2009, Najib Razak takes office and launches a sovereign wealth fund, One Malaysia Development Berhad, 1MDB. Its stated mission, development for ordinary Malaysians. The Prime Minister himself chairs its advisory board. And whispering in the shadows, with no official title and no official job, is the 27-year-old party boy from Penang. The looting starts within months. $1 billion goes into a joint venture with a company called Petro Saudi, and 700 million of it is immediately rerouted to an account controlled by Low. Then comes the masterstroke. In 2012 and 2013, Goldman Sachs, the most famous investment bank on earth, raises $6.5 billion in bonds for 1MDB, pocketing around 600 million in fees, a number so large its own bankers celebrated it. As the money lands, it springs leaks. Hundreds of millions vanish through shell companies in the British Virgin Islands, the Seychelles, Curaçao. And in March 2013, weeks before Malaysia's election, $681 million arrives somewhere no investigator could believe, the personal bank account of the Prime Minister of Malaysia. While a nation's fund bleeds, Jho Low performs wealth like no one in history. A $250 million super yacht, the Equanimity. A stake in EMI. He now part owns the Beatles catalogue, New York's Park Lane Hotel, an 8-figure jewelry spree for supermodel Miranda Kerr, a Picasso and a Basquiat as birthday gifts for DiCaprio, plus Marlon Brando's actual Oscar statuette. And the crown jewel of irony, he pumps $100 million into a Hollywood movie about financial fraud, The Wolf of Wall Street, a film about stealing money, paid for with stolen money. Hollywood applauds. Nobody checks. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister's wife assembles a collection that will become infamous. Hermes Birkins by the hundred, and a single pink diamond necklace worth $27 million. Then one journalist lights a match. July 2015, the Wall Street Journal and the Sarawak Report, run by a British blogger, Claire Rewcastle-Brown, publish the bank documents showing the 681 million in Najib's account. Malaysia detonates, and Najib responds like a man with everything to hide. He fires the Attorney General investigating him, purges his own deputy, and produces an explanation for the ages. The money, he says, was a personal donation from the Saudi royal family. On television, he looks the nation in the eye.
Let me be clear, I have never taken funds for personal gain as alleged by my political opponents.
A new, friendlier Attorney General clears him. Case closed in Malaysia. But the money had traveled through American banks, and America was reading the wires. In 2016, the US Department of Justice files the largest action in the history of its anti-kleptocracy unit. A year later, The Attorney General of the United States stands at a podium and gives the scandal its name.
This case represents kleptocracy at its worst. The United States will not be a safe haven for the proceeds of corruption.
May the 9th, 2018, the reckoning arrives at the ballot box. Malaysians, led incredibly by 92-year-old former leader Mahathir Mohamad coming out of retirement, vote Najib's party out for the first time in 61 years. Within days, police trucks pull up at Najib's properties. The inventory becomes legend: 12,000 pieces of jewelry, 567 handbags, 272 of them Birkins, 423 watches, nearly $29 million in cash in 35 currencies. In 2020, a court convicts him on every count. The man who ran Malaysia is sentenced to 12 years. Goldman Sachs pays over $5 billion in settlements for its role. The equanimity is seized off Bali and sold. DiCaprio hands back the Oscar. Kerr surrenders the jewels. And Jho Low? On Christmas Eve 2019, he is reportedly spotted at Shanghai Disneyland, and then he is gone. Interpol red notice. Passports revoked on 3 continents. Investigators say he lives today somewhere in China, under a forged passport and a borrowed name, still spending, still negotiating, still insisting through his lawyers.
I'm innocent. I will not submit to any jurisdiction where guilt has been predetermined by politics.
The party boy threw the greatest party in history. The bill went to 32 million Malaysians, and the guest of honor never even stayed to see the candles burn down. But here is the Sankofa twist. The scandal he built toppled a 61-year political dynasty, sent a prime minister to prison, humbled the world's most powerful bank, and taught a generation that even $4.5 billion cannot buy the one thing he wanted most. A place where nobody checks, because now everybody checks. This was the story of Jho Low and the 1MDB heist, told the Sankofa way. Go back and get it. If it moved you, tell us in the comments whose story we should tell next. Until then, stay upright.